What is up, everybody? Season 14 of Married at First Sight begins tomorrow. Well, really, it already began because we got the matchmaking special, we got the prediction special, and tomorrow we officially launch the season. But feels like we're already getting into things, and before we officially get to that first episode, I thought I would do something a little different this year and do some predictions before the season. Based off our past couple seasons, I'm gonna bring the negativity to this because I'm sure that's what we all want in our lives, is a little bit more negativity. But let's be real, this franchise has just done a terrible job on the matchmaking recently, and I'm kind of losing that confidence to bring that positivity, but we're still going to have fun with it. We're going to go through all the couples, same as we do each and every season. And without further ado, let's jump into our first no of the season. That is Olajuwon and Katina. I'm honestly not even really going to talk about Katina because there are just so many red flags and concerning things about Olajuwon that it doesn't even get past him to make the decision on whether this couple is going to work or not. This is just such a huge no from me. The reformed playboy, like right off the bat, red flag. Immediately he wants a woman that wants to go to the strip club with him. Red flag. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, did you see that little clip from the Bachelor show? And they kept cutting to the other men who were getting married, even just like anyone who was there, and they were all looking around like, is this real? Like, are we on an episode of Punk'd? Like, is this really happening? He's up there dancing with the strippers. He's got ass cheeks in his face. I understand that whole, oh, it's the bachelor party. It's your last night as a single man. But I got the impression this is what he does on a regular basis. If he's going to the strip club every week or like twice a week before getting married, I don't think that's just going to go away, especially when he says, hey, I hope my wife wants to go to the strip club with me. Just ridiculous. And I very much got the vibe that he is exactly what Katina asked them not to match her with. The whole opposites attract. That is not what this is. This is basically the matchmakers going, how you were asking about all that stuff. Well, you're wrong because we're professionals. All those things that you said you didn't want, we're going to match you with all those things to just guarantee that this couple doesn't work. This couple is going to be a nightmare right from the first time they get in a fight. I think they're going to have a little grace period there. Like, most of the couples usually are pretty good through that honeymoon phase, but I think the first moment that we see them fight, this relationship is done, and it's going to be all downhill from there. We just have to see how high the roller coaster gets up before it starts heading down. I'd be shocked if anybody out there is thinking that this is going to be a successful couple, because this to me is the worst pairing of the season. All right, that's one no down, a few more to go. Let's jump into couple number 2, Lindsay and Mark the Shark. Once again, this is another no from me. If you refer to yourself as the Shark, you're not a good match. You are not ready for a marriage. I don't know anyone who refers to themselves as Mark the Shark or something along those lines that I think to myself, wow, what would be a great idea? Hooking or matching Mark the Shark with one of my friends. That seems like such a great idea. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and like screams not ready for marriage. Also, we're not even to the first episode, and we've seen Mark wearing multiple Cobra Kai t-shirts. I don't think I know anyone who even owns one Cobra Kai t-shirt, and if we've seen him in 2 Cobra Kai t-shirts before the season even starts, I don't even want to fathom. I don't even want to try to process how many we're going to see before the end of the season. I hope that when he opens his luggage for the honeymoon, that there's just a stack of them. You know, whatever that saying was, strike first, strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. I don't even know. I hope that is just what he's putting out there on display right from the get-go. Also, Mark, we're kind of bashing you a little bit here, but he's given me some serial killer vibes, and I think that after I'm done this video, I'm probably going to have to go on Google and search to see if there's any active serial killers in the Boston area, because I think that we could have some leads on who that might be. Once again, we've got a couple that is matched based on cats. We all know how well that went last time. Brett and Olivia, they were a horrific match. They were just a terrible match. They were put together exclusively because they like cats. I think maybe there's a few more threads to this couple, but you know, when it comes to the matchmakers and they see somebody they like and that person likes cats, it's like they just go into panic mode and just find the first other cat person and like push them together and like, hey, you're married now. I don't think that is going to be a good thing. Also, really felt like production fell in love with the idea that this is Mark's second time around. Like they're trying to sell this as his redemption story. And I think as a fan, as a viewer, if I want to see a redemption story, I want to see someone who got a terrible match get a second chance on this show. I don't want to see somebody who applied and failed and then several years later applied again and production team's like, well, that's kind of neat. Let's match him with something. This couple is going to be very, very entertaining. Right from the get-go, we saw the preview of Lindsay just getting absolutely hammered before the wedding. I don't know if that has happened in the history of this show, but it's going to happen this season. Also looks like her drinking is going to be an issue all season long. That's some shades of Eric and Virginia, another failed MAFS couple. You know, there are a lot more failures on this show than successes. We're on season 14 now, and I was doing some searching before the show, and there's only 13 couples that are still together from the show, and one of those is Jose and Rachel, and who knows if they're even still together, because that was a roller coaster right from the start. Yeah, so in case you missed it after all that, very, very hard no for this couple. All right, next up, we're jumping over to Alyssa and Chris. This is a couple that I was initially optimistic on, and then after tonight with the sort of prediction episode, I changed my mind and put them in a no. I think that this was supposed to be our safe, boring couple for the season. Like they always have to kind of try to put one of those in just to try to boost the numbers of actually, or boost the odds of actually having a successful couple. But unfortunately, I don't think that is going to work with these two. I got the impression that Alyssa is not really going to be attracted to him. Just didn't get that impression. Also, she's the spender and he's the penny pincher. So finances are immediately going to be an issue. I really didn't like hearing Chris describe his dream woman. Light skin, skinny, fit. You know, we're going around that panel for the predictions, and like his description doesn't even match a single one of the women that was on the panel tonight. And you know, I just didn't like it. It just gave me bad vibes right from when he said it. Also, like, we're gonna have to talk about the disc golf, right? And as someone who looks like they play disc golf, I feel like I should defend Chris for playing disc golf, but I'm not gonna do that. It just, I don't know. It's just like, maybe it's really fun. I don't know. I will never know because I'm not going to play around at disc golf. And if that's one of his, that seemed like one of the key features of his personality and his life. And I'm not sure that Alyssa is going to be down with that. Then we got to talk about the dresses. Alyssa apparently bought 10 wedding dresses. That feels excessive. That feels very red flaggy. So, you add all that up together, and that's feeling like another no. Will we get any positivity this season? Will I go 5 for 5 on the nose? I will not. We do have one couple, which is maybe a little bit of spoiler for our last couple, but one couple that I did say yes to, and that is Jasmina and Michael. I felt like all the things that they were trying to play up as issues for this couple was really just the panel digging way too deep to try to find or like something wrong, like find an issue, when like they kept saying like, oh, Michael, he's so quiet, he's such an introvert, he's this and that, and I got the impression that there's a lot more personality there than he was given credit for. He comes across to me as someone who's just been surrounded by loud people and chooses to just let those loud people be loud instead of trying to talk over them. When he's sitting there with his family, I don't know if I forget what the situation was, but they were very clearly all loud, and he was just kind of taking it in. He was kind of laughing with them. He wasn't unengaged in that conversation. He just didn't feel the need to be the loudest one in that conversation. If he had retracted to the corner, I would maybe have a different opinion, but that wasn't it for me. He was there, he was present, and he was engaged in his own way. And I really don't think that the quiet introvert angle is going to be an issue. Also, they were digging deep to find like, hey, this height difference is going to be a surefire no for this couple. I just don't buy that. We're like, maybe it's an issue, like something they talk about right away. But if they're both serious about this, both give the other person a chance to meet them, like, and get to know their personality. Michael seemed like he was very much interested in getting to know whoever he's matched with, which seems very good for me. They both seem, Jasmina and Michael, like they're looking for their partner. Versus a lot of these other couples where they're just looking for a husband or a wife. These two, I think, are the best couple of the season. They're the couple I'm going to be rooting for the most out of the gate. Once we actually get into the season, maybe I'll view things differently. But initial predictions, that is how I feel. I am saying this is a yes, and the only yes I'm giving for the couples this season. Lastly, we have Noy and Steve. I really wanted to say yes for these two, but after going over everything tonight, I just can't do it. I gotta say no. There just was too many things that I think are going to be too hard to overcome. Like, is he really a free spirit? And if he is, I think that's great. That's a great attribute to have for his relationship and his marriage. But I also kind of felt like maybe he was just having a little bit of a midlife crisis. Lost his job, packed everything up in a car, and went driving around the United States. That gave me more midlife crisis vibes than it did free spirit vibes. I wrote a really bad joke down. I'm just gonna say it. We could be saying Noy Moy to this couple in a few weeks. Another issue for these two is income. Steve is unemployed, and Noy very much and very clearly said that, like, financial stability is important to her. She specifically said that she wants a guy making over 100 grand a year. You know, I think we'll have to learn a little bit more about Steve and Noy to really delve into this. I think it's definitely going to be a conversation, definitely potentially an issue. But there's also the thought that, you know, if Steve was good to basically just go on vacation for 4 months, like, it didn't seem like he was looking for work, didn't seem like he was hard up for cash. Maybe when he does get a job, he will be making big money, and everything financially just won't be an issue for these two. One more thing to talk about, and that is Noy and her alter ego. That's an alter ego's a red flag, right? Like, we go back to Olajuwon and Isaac. He has an alter ego for the strip club. Like, that's a red flag. So I think Noy and Noisy, also a little bit of a red flag to me. I'm not down, like, even though, like, I'm out here like doing these videos, and like maybe you try to say like, oh hey, this isn't who you really are. This is your alter ego. No, I don't live my life like that. You know, these are my opinions. Anyways, that's just some aside. I don't even know where I was going with that. Noy and Noisy, I'm not here for it. You know, if you want to have fun, go have fun. You don't need an alter ego to go have fun. You know, is like back to Isaac. You know, why is Isaac going to the strip clubs? Hey, maybe that should tell you, Olajuwon, that going to the strip club all the time isn't that great if you need an alter ego to convince yourself it's a good idea to go there. I don't know how I got back to him, but let's move on. Noy and Steve, it's a big no from me, which only gives us one yes for the season. We'll maybe have to reflect at the end of the season to see how far off I was on these couples. You know, this is first impressions. By 1 week, 2 weeks into the season, I could all have vastly different opinions on these couples. Yeah, but that's where I sit now. So yeah, Olajuwon and Katina, worst couple of the season. They just came across absolutely worst couple of the season. Lindsay and Mark, just seems like too many issues for them to overcome. You know, and just too much Cobra Kai. How does he have 2 Cobra Kai shirts just in the preview? Just in the, like, before, like, talking to Pastor Cal, and I think he talked to Dr. Pepper. 2 different Cobra Kai. It's not even a thing. No one on the planet owns more than 1 Cobra Kai. It's a no. Alyssa and Chris, just think that there's just going to be too many things that I think they're both unhappy with. Not that disc golf is a red flag. Disc golf is not a red flag, but maybe after this season, it will be. Jasmina and Michael, they're my yes. I hope somebody out there agrees with me on them, and specifically on Michael, that they're blowing his quiet personality way out of proportion. And lastly, Noy and Steve. Yeah, just too many things going on there that I think are going to be issues for these two that are going to be too hard to overcome. So that's it for the predictions. Looking forward to tomorrow night where we'll jump into our first real episode, even if we're not really going to get to see the couples because I do not think we're getting to any of the weddings tomorrow night. We'll just get background and bachelor party, and let's see. My prediction for tomorrow night, though, is our two highlights are going to be Lindsay, because like if she's getting trashed on the wedding, she's definitely getting trashed at the bachelorette party, and Olajuwon, because we already saw that he's red flag city on that bachelor party. So looking forward to that. And I will be back here tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to do a live or just a video. We will see. I'm kind of want to do some lives this season. They're always fun. And I love talking to everybody in real time. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll jump on for a live at the end of the episode. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, we'll see you later.